Welcome to start class 8th history, chapter number 3, and that is ruling the countryside. So in the previous part I told that when the permanent settlement, when the Britishers witnessed that there was no benefit for the East India Company, so they started two new settlement, one in North India and second in South India. So the plan which was started in North India, that was Mahalwari system. It was started in 19th century in the northern western province of Bengal. Presently it is located in UP. So one British officer was there, his name was Holt Mackenzie. So Holt Mackenzie, on the request of Holt Mackenzie, company ordered to measure the land plot to plot of the farmers, and for this purpose surveyor were sent village to village, plot to plot, to measure the land and to set their revenue, to set tax for them, that what amount of tax they will pay to government, it was set. And this Mahalwari system, so revenue in this system was not permanent. It will be revised periodically. Means time to time the rate will fix again. The rate will be decrease or increase again. So the new responsible person for this system was village headman, because in permanent settlement who was responsible, that was Zamindar. And now in this Mahalwari system, who was given the responsibility to collect the tax and to pay to the government, East India Company, that was village headman. And next heading is the Munro system. The Munro system is also called the Rotwari system. It was launched in South India. On the land of Tipu Sultan, means on the land which they obtained after the war with the Tipu Sultan. It was launched their side, and firstly it was tried on a small portion of the land by Alexander Reid, and after that Thomas Munro launched it for the entire South India. Thomas Munro and Alexander Reid, they both watched in South India that there is no much powerful people who can control the farmers, like in North India, that village headman and Zamindar were there. But in South India, this type of system was not there. So they directly gave the responsibility to the cultivator. They gave the responsibility directly to the cultivator that riots. So the Rotwari system is cultivator system. They give directly responsibility to the cultivator, farmer, riots. That's why this system was called Rotwari system. So here the farmers were tilling the land, farming on the land by generations. Means whatever land they got from their parents or grandparents. So first the land was surveyed by the officers, and then after their tax, their revenue were fixed. Next heading is all was not well. So as I told, whatever settlement was started by the British, these all were to search the high revenue, high taxes. That's why so many problems were created. There was first problem for the farmers, for the peasants, weavers. Second, after problem was there for the Zamindar, headman, and in the last, the problem was there for the British government, the British East India Company. So this system also had a lot of problem. First problem, that the revenue which was fixed under the Monroe system, under the Rotwari system, it was too high. It was too high. The peasants and cultivators were unable to pay. The peasants were unable to pay the taxes. So what they did, they left their homes, they left their area, they left their villages, and they ran away to any other area. So that farmers left the land and they ran away. They went away from their side. Then who will pay the tax? Who will pay the tax? Obviously, in the last, there was problem for the government to collect the tax again. So the next heading now is the crops for Europe. The crops for Europe. East India Company thought, the officer thought, that the countryside area, that the villages area are not sources of revenue system only. These all are, that village area is not only source of revenue, not only source of taxes, but even they can provide, they can grow the plant which is much in demand in England, in Europe. Even they thought that this area can grow the plant which is in demand in their own home, in their England or in Europe area. So they ordered, are they motivated to the laborers, peasants, cultivator to grow the opium and indigo especially, and many more plants according to state. In different state, they argued that they motivated or forced to the laborers, peasants to grow different things. Like they told to produce jute in Bengal, tea in Assam, sugarcane in UP, and wheat in Punjab, rice in Madras, and many. And they adopted varieties of method to fulfill their demand, to grow the plants and how they will send to their own country. They plan different method. They started different method. And next heading is, does a color have a story? We have seen different type of color at our home, different type of cloths. So present time, the cloths are colored, are dyed with the chemical colors. But in the ancient time, earlier, the cloths were colored and dyed with the natural color, like indigo and wood. Indigo was a small ball which grew on the plant, and it was used to, by some process, it was used to dye the cloth. You can see in our area turnip shaljam. When you will eat, there will be little color on your tongue. So like this ball indigo, it also give violet and blue color. Why the demand for Indian indigo? So indigo was not only grown in India. Before India, it was grown in some port. It was grown by some of the countries like France, Italy, and Britain. And they forced the people to grow this in tropical regions near the Tropic of Cancer, like Venezuela, West Indies, and many other areas. But that time, indigo was so costly. Why? Because it was produced in very less amount. It was produced in less amount. That's why its rate was high. Its price was too high. So due to high price in the market, the people make available wood in the place of indigo. Wood is also color giving plant. And wood was especially grown in tropical region. In tropical region like England, France, Italy, and many some other places. But the traders and dyers, they use indigo by taking from outside, even on the high rate. So the people of the local area, that Europe people, they requested to the government to ban the indigo, not to import the indigo, and it was banned. Indigo was banned. And after many years, again, people from the society again requested to the government to disband it, to give relaxation in the ban. Why? Because the people knew that the indigo is better than wood. Indigo was owned in their own area. Indigo was owned in their own area, and wood was grown into their own area. That's why it was cheap. But indigo was grown some other area, in tropical area. That's why it was costly. It was not grown into their own, and it was relaxation was given for the banning of the indigo. Now ban was finished. The people can purchase again indigo from outside, and they can bring into Europe to dye the cloth. There was some benefit into the indigo. What benefit was there? That the color of the indigo lasts longer. The color of the indigo was good. It was so shining. It was so shining, giving so shining. And second, the color will last up to too long. And the color which was done by the wood, it was very dim. It looks like yellowish blue, not good color. And third, it was not for longer time. It became very low color. The color finished very soon. And when the demand of indigo increased much because of the industrialization, so much cloth were produced due to setup of industries, the British turns to India for the indigo agriculture, indigo plantation. Up to 1778, only 30% of indigo were sent to the England. Means whatever there was need of in England for the indigo, 30% was sent from India. But in 1810, 95% total need of indigo of England, this 95% of their need was sent only from the India. Means completely you can say whatever need of indigo was there, these all were sent by the India only. And in indigo plantation there was much profit. There was huge profit. So a lot of company employees left their job and started trade of indigo. So many people came from Scotland, from England, and they settled in India and they became farmer. They started to grow the indigo. Even some of the people, those who don't have this money, they took loan from the bank, either from the company, and they started to grow plants in India to sell into the England for the huge profit.